All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Thanks for waiting. As a result of closed session, there will be formal action taken later on in the meeting. And as a result of that, I'm going to need a motion from council to add resolution number 247, 2025 to the agenda, as well as ordinance number 24, 2025. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to add Resolution 247, 2025, and Ordinance 24, 2025.
I'll second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Okay, moving on. Public comments. The council's intention is to preserve the level of respect, courtesy, and civility required to successfully conduct the public's business. In this regard, the council should be addressed during public participation as a collective body and not individual members. In order to respect the speaker's time, council members will not engage in a dialogue or debate with the speaker. However, council members should feel free to ask the speaker a question or questions once recognized by the council president for purposes of clarification. Council members can offer comments on a speaker's remarks once the speaker has concluded his or her comments in their allotted 5-minute time frame. Who wants to start tonight? Would have never guessed. Hello, Marty.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Marty Graf-Langer. I'm proud to serve as the president of the Browns Mills Improvement Association, or the BMIA. We have been a staple in our community since 1919, making us the oldest civic organization in town. Before diving into our upcoming events, I want to address an important item on tonight's agenda. I noticed various liens listed against properties around town, many of which are boarded up or have been burnt out. This issue has been at the forefront of our wish list for years, including this current year, which we've communicated to the town council and the mayor. Code enforcement and addressing the blight around our town was #1 on our wish list, which we presented to the mayor in January of this year. It was also #1 in 1984 when my grandfather, Charlie Graff, former president of the BMIA, presented his first wish list to that town council. This issue has been consistently on the list for 41 years. These neglected properties are dragging down the appeal and property values of our wonderful community. Therefore, I am beyond thrilled to see progress regarding this agenda item. A big thank you to Mrs. Flaherty and the code enforcement officers for your hard work. We truly appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing continued improvements. It is truly refreshing to see action taken on issues that have lingered for far too long, and let's celebrate this positive step forward. Now, shifting gears to our events, as we are still enjoying our summer break, I'm excited to announce that our planning meeting on August 24th at 2 p.m. While this meeting is typically for board of directors only, this year we've opened it up to the public. Given recent events in our community, the BMIA believes that a collaborative effort is essential to enhance recreational opportunities in town. We have that capability at the BMIA. We just need more able-bodied volunteers. We hope to see interested parties at our planning meeting to discuss ideas like hosting a block party next summer. Additionally, our monthly civic-minded membership meetings take place on the 4th Sunday of each month. We also enjoy a fun Friday night at the BMIA monthly, which are always family-friendly and free of charge. BMI members even get complimentary food. Don't miss our Open Mic Fun Friday on September 5th at 7 p.m. We'll be featuring local bands and artists performing, and it's always a fantastic time. Plus, as with every Fun Friday event, if you are a BMI member, not only do you get free food, but you also have a chance to get a door prize, which is usually a fabulous basket filled with special treats or other cool items. I also want you to mark your calendars for the next Clean Community event, which kicks off September 27th at 8 a.m. at the Country Lakes Fire Department. We'd love for you to join us for some community cleanup, followed by free pizza and soda. It's always a great time. We have the Red Cross Blood Drive on September 28th. There are still slots available. You can book your appointment by visiting redcross.org, entering the zip code 08015, and selecting our drive. For those who donate, we'll be serving a free breakfast that morning. Lastly, our monthly membership meeting will start at 3 p.m. on September 28th. This is a little bit of a later start than usual because of the blood drive. We'll be having our BMIA elections, and we are always looking for fresh ideas. So if you're interested in joining our board, please come to the August 24th planning meeting so you can be nominated, or call me at 609-388-1305 so we can talk about it. BMIA memberships are always available for the low price of just $15 per family per year. You can buy a membership at any membership meeting or Fun Friday night event. You can also mail us a check to P.O. Box 284, New Lisbon, New Jersey, 08064. We had an incredible year of growth last year, and we are looking forward to fantastic events for the community after our kickoff in September. We would love for everyone to join us on our journey. That's all for now, folks. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to working together to make our community an even better place to live. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Thanks, Marty. Good evening, Alex.
Good evening. All right. I made sure to do my homework. As you can tell, I have ink all over the place. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. All right. The resolutions, 219, 2025, I say yes to. 220, 2025, I want to know what are we setting the rate, like what's the number that we're going to be setting the rates to for the non-represented employees and officials? 221, 2025, my question is, what is the Pine Mill Lake Dam project, and what is the scope of work that will be conducted for that? 222, 2025, my question for that one is, what will be getting done at the Whitesbog General Store that you guys have to vote on for approval? 223, 2025 through 226, 2025. I basically just commented and said it would be a no-brainer not to accept to get these monies into special accounts for things that need to be used, along with the playground project for that is coming to us from the Center for Family Services. It's very, very generous of them to give it to us. 228, 2025, my question for that is, will the grace periods be extended for 30 days, or will council come up with a longer date range or a shorter date range for the extension of the tax? 230, 2025, and Mr. Harper, you and I had spoken about this last night. National Night Out was August 5th. This meeting is August 6th. Wouldn't it not have been wise to request permission before the fact instead of after the fact for this permission? Sometimes I like to think before we do. But the fireworks were very nice last night. 235, 2025, 234, 2025, 233, 2025, 232, 2025, and 236 and 237. I think this is the right step in holding people accountable in our community. It's sad that properties have to be let go this way, that they have to let it go, and unfortunately, the consequences are they have to be fined. And you guys actually do have the powers. I looked it up. You guys do have the ability to put liens on houses. The law is 40-48-2.14. Just would throw it out there so you guys have it. For 236 and 237, I saw they were the same property, but they're two different fines. So I contacted the clerk, Ms. Sunshine, and I'm sure she would tell you that I did contact her. And she basically said that it's the same property, but two different fines. For 238, 2025, I wanted to know, is Phase 4 and Phase 5 the final parts of this project? 239, 2025, my question for that one is this for the entire year for the 26,000 for the dam inspections? 240, 2025, my question for that is, what do we need liquid ammonium sulfate for? 241, 2025, my question is, what does, quote, approving of transfer of greater than 10% interest mean, and what does that do? Is this an extension for the laundromat for that property? Because I looked it up on Google Maps, it was 100 PBM Road, which is it's the whole location, but I know there's still one business, so is that for the developer or is that for the laundromat? 242, 2025, my question for that is, what is the amendment to this redevelopment agreement? 244, 2025, do we have the names of the people that we will be reappointing for the fire police officers? And 245, my question for that is, will this go into the general fund or will it go into the police department budget? And to the back of the page, for new business, I think we should say yes to both. I did, however, find that I think we might have had a misspelling. It says purchase a firefighting house to use on apparatus. I think it meant to say hose. Yes, hose. So I tried to find out if a house could fit on a fire truck, but Google kept telling me no, so Google answered my question. For annual renewals, I wanted to know, is this the mobile home park that we had a lot of issues with that needed to get fixed, that we kept delaying a couple months ago? Or did they get their license fixed? For number 12, my question for that is, how much is the bill list and when do we expect it to be put on the website so that we, the people, can see what we're spending our money on? And, yeah, 5 minutes, there you go. I told you 4 minutes, but I guess I needed all 5. I just wanted to make one more thing. The National Night Out last night, it was absolutely incredible. I saw Dan, Mr. Harper, Mr. Doyle. I didn't see you, and I didn't see Mr. Ward. I think Mr. Ward was hanging out at his restaurant, making some tacos. I put it on, I filmed a little bit of it. I didn't feel like standing there for 3 hours just recording the same thing over and over, so I got a little bit of panoramic shots all throughout of all the people having fun, the machines, the fire trucks, the police cars. So if you want to go see it on YouTube, the video is titled Pemberton Township 2025 National Night Out, 8/5/2025 is the date, which was yesterday. And I don't normally do this, but make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you can get my videos. All right. So,
Does anybody want to jump on any of his multitude of questions?
Jack, you want to answer any? You got any?
I'm sorry, I was going to let you guys field what you needed, and if you had a question for me, I'd try to answer it. 222, Jack, I really don't know a lot about that one. You could probably,
220.
Is that the sewer?
that's the White's Bog
They,
sewer.
they have a septic out there, and they have to get approval from us to replace the septic.
We're signing a resolution. This is a resolution to assign the application, to send it to the DEP so that they can hook into the sewer system.
okay.
It's called a TWA, Treatment Works something.
Application?
Go back to, go ahead, I'm sorry.
221, I don't know how long this has been going on. I got different dates, 2020. What's that?
I think that might have been at the same time when they had that big flood that wiped out all of,
Yeah, nobody could be
Medford and all
sure,
that.
2019 or 2020, something like that. They had a dam problem out there on Hanover Boulevard.
Well, it's the dam above that.
The big-
It's
yeah,
the one
dam.
closer to Stinney Park.
Yeah, and they just finally got approvals to get a low-interest loan to do some of the work. And we have some monies left in a couple bond ordinances from 2020, and we're going to use that for the rest of the work.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
so, go ahead.
Microphone.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, red means it's on? I'm sorry.
Red's hot.
That's the extending the grace period. We had to extend the grace period for the third quarter taxes because the county only recently told us what this third year was. So people will have until the September 3rd to pay their taxes without interest. If they
Okay.
don't pay it by the 3rd, interest will go back to August 1st. All right? What'd you have next?
238. Projects for Phase 3 and 4. He wants to know if these are the final phases.
Yes.
Yes? Thank you, sir.
All right.
I think
What is
there's
it?
one more phase. in
Yeah,
there,
there's
Jack.
5, and that's on here too tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but
I
I
thought-
believe there's one more phase.
I thought I
after
did see
There
something
are
in the
5, I'm
paperwork
sorry,
about
I
Phase
thought that-
5 as well.
It's 3 and
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, okay, there is 5 phases.
Yeah.
So there's one more phase
So
coming.
there will be one more, I guess.
Next, the
But it
239,
hasn't gone out to bid yet, so.
dam inspections, that is for the year, right, sir?
Yeah, I think that has to be done every 2 years, I believe, right?
I thought it was annual, but you might be right.
Yeah.
240 is, has something to do with the sludge. Leave it at that. It's something to do with the sanitary
It helps
sewer system.
separate the solids,
Yeah.
we have an expert here.
I was just going to say, we do have a member
I
who could
believe
probably,
that helps separate the solids in the waste they need it to help in that process, you know.
Oh,
So,
Enough said.
I don't know too much about it, but
241 is amending the agreement we have with the New Horizons people for the shopping center. The agreement now says that they can get a silent partner up to 10% of the, they would be 90 and they could bring in somebody for 10%. Well, they want to bring in somebody for 50%, which the council feels doesn't matter to us. So that's what that is. We're amending the agreement to allow them to bring in another partner who would own up to 50%. But the existing redeveloper will stay on there, and he'll still be the contact person once the project starts to get constructed.
did I get them all for you, Alex?
No, I didn't.
not yet,
No.
242,
242, let me explain.
what is the amendment?
And this is really for the benefit of everybody here, because I think that it is
Yeah,
I'm
he's,
sorry, it's a very good deal for the town. About 3 or 4 years ago, we entered into an agreement here with KF Navian, which included, in part, they would build an entire retirement community on the Greenberg Farm. I think it's 360 lots, I believe, age restricted. The agreement provided 3 or 4 years ago that we would supply the water for that project, being the town, as well as we were going to supply water apparently to the surrounding properties. We did not have water capability to do that, and we still don't. The agreement provided that we would apply for a USDA grant and loan so to finance the town to be able to do that. We didn't do that either. So we never applied for the loan, never got it. KF Navian now has their approvals, and they want to start building their houses. But they're going to need water. So we have worked out an agreement with them, which I think is very, very good for us. What it says is that they're going to pay us $500,000. And they're going to pay us $500,000 to build a water tank and a pumping station, some other, what we call off-site water improvements, of which are going to obviously, for them, a lot of it's for them. So they're going to pay their way, which was never part of the original agreement. They're going to contribute their portion of what they're going to use in terms of those improvements. So we're going to get another $500,000. In addition, a few years ago, the township built a test well. I'm not sure why we built it, but we did. But it's there, and we're selling it to them. So they're going to pay us $37,500 for the test well. So we're getting back from Navian around $550,000. And we are escaping what could have been a tremendous financial and legal problem for the township. Because if we didn't resolve it the way we're resolving it now, I don't know how we would have ever gotten city water to that development. And Navian would be building houses, unable to finish them, and be looking to us for damages because they can't finish their houses, et cetera, you know. So we've been able to resolve all of that. And I think it's a really very, very good deal for the town. And Navian was very helpful to us. I got to tell you, that Councilman Dewey and Councilman Harper were incredibly helpful in getting this thing resolved. I was getting tired of listening to them, but they were really great. They were really great, and deserve a lot of credit that we got to the finish line. This is a very good deal for the town. We now have to just finish up negotiating with Pemberton Borough, who we buy water from, and we're going to probably extend that agreement we have with them. Because if we buy more, Pemberton Borough has more water than they need because they only have like 1,500 people in the town. So they have an abundance of water. We need water. So we're going to work something out with them. And it'll avoid us needing to build, for instance, another well. Because we can use the water from the borough. We don't have to build a well. That'll be very helpful to us and very cost savings. We're just about finished resolving that. I think we'll resolve that within the next 30 days. So that's all working out really well for us. So that's what that resolution does.
Okay, good. 244, 2025, the names of the fire police officers for,
Do you want the 5 names? Is that what it is? Sorry, sir?
No. They were just indicating who's going to be reappointed as police officers, fire police officers.
Fire police, 244. The names are Andrew Gingery, Kenneth Van Bramer, Christy Van Bramer, and Linda Vadon. 4 names.
all right, and 245?
General fund or the police department?
Yeah, will it go into the police department's account, or will it go into just the regular account for us to use?
I tend to believe that Department of Transportation crack down on sober or get pulled over. I would think that our CFO or anybody else like that or public pulling them over, so I think it's safe to say that's probably going into the police fund.
Okay.
Yeah. Am I right with that, sir?
They were the ones that applied for the grant. They are the ones that
They
will
receive
receive
it?
the grant.
Thank you.
All right, and
All right,
for
leave some questions for somebody else. Oh.
new business, was that the
Which one?
the
Oh,
mobile
and the
home,
new
mobile home
business.
park, the Bel Air Estates?
Oh,
Yes.
no,
That's a different,
That's correct.
okay, that's
That's not the one that we've been delaying for a couple of months.
all right.
The one we were delaying, we approved last month with specific conditions on it. So, as
They haven't met those conditions yet, I'm assuming.
far as I know, everything's fine.
All right. And how much is the bill list? And do you know when we'll see it on the township website?
No, I don't know when you'll see it on the township website, and I usually don't look at the last page because I get scared.
Oh. I get scared when you tell me the number.
I think I've got it here. It's not going to be on that one, it's going to be on this one.
We usually leave that to Mr. Bianchini. You know.
Yeah. Bear with me.
Yep, take your time.
It's easy for him to say.
Well, it's not as simple as going to the last page because it's not there. I'm not seeing a total. I'm seeing a bunch of different numbers on
Can we
different.
get back to you, Alex?
Sure. I'll be
Yeah,
standing
I'd
over there.
appreciate that.
I'm seeing one that says
Oh, here we go.
$525,094.78.
525,954.78, sir.
Oh. Why so cheap?
Don't complain.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Who's next?
Good evening, my name is Louis Slope. I'm a highly resident in the county of Pemberton in New Jersey. I want to thank everyone for inviting me to a perfect night out. I recorded in a perfect 4K resolution, perfect quality. As Council Perry, I showing him the video, perfect quality, from the beginning towards the end, except for the fireworks. Everything in 4K. I've uploaded that video tonight. It's very easy search, Luis Lopez Manhattan. I'll come at the very top. And second is, what's the status of the food stand on by the post office? The food stand. I know back in the day it used to be blooming. So what happened to it?
We can respond to you, Mr. Lopez, when you're done with all your
Oh, okay,
comments and
okay.
questions, okay?
Second is, the resolution you have, resolution 233, 2025. I used to live next to that house back in high school. I'm just curious, who owned that, or that is vacant? Just another question. The second question is, what's the status of the Pemberton County Roman College? That, and second is, to Pemberton Township have a UEZ program, or like Mount Holly does? If we do, who's the director and where is it at? And my final answer is just give me one more. I forget what's an important question is. Oh yeah, I got to see the president asked for the last meeting. Right here, he's right there. I would appreciate it. And how will I get a copy of a bill list? You know, just a general bill list of Pemberton Township. I'm just curious. And thank you for having me as a guest. And everything is going to be recorded at 4K this meeting. And thanks for my friend YouTube here for letting me know. Have a great day.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, as far as the stand, which stand are you talking about now? Fruit stand?
Stand next to the
The one right across from Sunbury Village there?
Yeah.
Stellatano's? Yeah, she got up there in years, and it's taken a toll, and so they closed a few years ago. But I believe they, isn't it the first year they're completely closed? 2 years now? Yeah. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and they just couldn't keep up, so it's no longer open for sale. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I remember that person back in high school.
Yeah. Mr. Harper, the BCC update, that would fall to you.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't make the last county meeting because it fell on the same night as our last township meeting. But last I heard, the Pinelands gave them the permits to demolish the buildings. I heard the first building's supposed to come down sometime after Labor Day. I don't know anything more than that.
Okay, as far as the UEZ, yes, we do have a UEZ, and I believe Rosemary Flaherty, who just left the meeting, is in charge of that.
And oh, cool. And do you know what's the next UZ meeting, or I would like to, just curious. What's the difference?
If you can reach out to her office, she can give you any meeting updates
okay.
or anything that she has going on with that, sir.
Okay, and I appreciate like I say, I love the National Night Out was perfect. The kids, the bikes, the cars,
It was a good time.
everything is perfect. I got to see old friends that I haven't seen in 10 years. They came, and Harry, thank you for greeting me. I appreciate it. Took pictures. everything. Like I said, I would love to come, every time by here. I love as long as I interfere with the other meetings I do record all over Pemberton County. It's good to learn what's going on in Pemberton County. And I thank you for having me as a guest.
Hello, Marie. Don't be sorry.
I have to echo what everybody said about last night. I honestly have racked my brain today to think of another event that brought that many people together in the 52 years, 51 years actually, 51 and a half years that I've lived here. And that was it. I can't think of another time that many people were together. And I know that all the vendors, all the organizations, they did a phenomenal job. And I know that leadership started with our former rec employee who, but it was phenomenal. And it was so nice to see. I loved it. The only question that I have is regarding the salaries for the employees. So there are 37 different positions listed on the salary, on the salary ordinance. There are 37 positions listed with the exception of the Class 1 and Class 2 officers. Now, I know that we don't have all these. I mean, like, how many of these positions are not filled? And I know that many of them are also combined, right? So we have, for instance, we have the Director of Community Development, who also does what? I'm just trying to figure out how many people were lacking here, how many positions were lacking besides the business administrator, which is the biggest one that we're lacking. But so, we've got UEZ website and marketing, UEZ administration of applications, UEZ financial reporting. Are all those positions tied to community development director? I mean, like, how many positions is this actually funding? I don't know if you can break that down at some point. I'm not asking you to answer that tonight, but I think it's an important, it's somehow important to show the public what the actual salaries are of people that are in the positions.
Yeah, some of those are just stipends that, employees get as an extra for doing
I
extra duties
realize
and stuff
that.
like that.
Yeah, I realize that. But in some way, if they could be combined so that you knew who that person was and what they were actually making, I think would be helpful.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Good evening. Okay, hi guys, Vicki Adams, 613 Sander Drive. You laugh at Alex when he comes up and answers the questions, asks you guys the questions, but he answers them so we all don't have to keep asking the same questions. So when you answer him, I mark
Just
off, okay,
teasing
that
him.
one's
Just
the other one.
teasing him.
Oh, I know. Okay, I just have a question on I have several questions. On 22/0/2025, setting the rates of compensation for non-representative employees and officials. Who are non-representative employees within our township? Okay, that's question number one.
I'm sorry, Vicki, which one was that you were asking about?
2/20,
Oh, 2/20, okay.
2025. Okay, then, Alex did comment on the playground equipment that's being donated, but I'd like to know where it's being put. I mean, I live in T&M home area. Our playground disappeared years ago, and we've never had another playground. So I'm just sort of wondering where that type of playground is going to be put. Okay, you answered that one. Okay, you answered that one. Okay, I would like to know for 2/38/2025, where is the paving happening? Is it, like what streets, what areas will be being paved with that project? I'd also like to ask about the dam inspections. Does that include all the dams, or is it just is it include like the Bayberry Dam, the PL Dam, the main dam? Is that all of the dams? And then, if it is, I have a little bit of a, in my head, it's just a personal thing. It's not something, I've heard that PL does not allow the county to come in and test the water over there. So why are we inspecting their dam? So it's like, why aren't they allowing, why aren't us as a township saying, no, we're testing all water to make sure that it all can be swam in and that it's all legal? So I'm just, and then I saw this and I was like, okay, PL wants to be their separate thing, but yet they want the inspection. I just a little bit, it just seems like a double play there. Anyway, just like I said, a personal thing. Then I have a question on, can you please explain what 246-2025 is? Like,
246.
I don't understand, it's the last resolution on there. And then a couple of questions that are not on here is, I'd like to know what's happening with the restaurant that was on 38 that was torn down. I don't know if it was Colonial or what it was called, but the big restaurant.
Country House.
Country House, thank you. I'd like to know what's happening with that. I'd also like to know what's happening with the lawsuits. And I'd also like to know who's managing recreation and senior services, since we no longer have a director or an assistant director. So that's it. Now I'll wait for your answers.
Can I address the water testing?
Yeah, go ahead, sir. That was one of the ones I was going to direct to you anyway.
Lucky me.
Wait.
We don't do any water testing at the lakes. That is done by the county.
I understand that.
The only lakes that the county tests are the lakes that people swim in. The only lakes that they can swim in legally are the lakes that have lifeguards and all the things that we have at Mirror Lake.
Yeah.
So because we have lifeguards at Mirror Lake and we have an established swimming program and facility there, the county does come in and test, and they've been coming in and testing they come in once a week, and if it fails on the first test, they come in the second time that week to retest it. They don't test test Country Lakes, they don't test PL, they don't test Lake Pemberton. The only place they test is Mirror Lake, because that is an approved, authorized swimming area.
Okay, my problem with that is, the other lakes besides PL don't have like a beach area where people would go down and go swimming. At PL, the kids do go in the water there, whether there's a lifeguard there or not. And I would think that as a township, we would have concern that the water is healthy for them, even if we're not legally telling them they could swim there. To me, they should be, it should be tested because they are swimming there, even if it's illegal. So just my observation there.
Yeah, but, like the mayor was saying, though, because
I
we
get-
don't have approvals, the county decides they're not going to spend the
No,
money.
the county actually would come in and do it, but they were told not to. I got that from good authority.
I'd hate to disagree with you on
Okay,
that.
well-
They're only going to test if we certify that we're going to have lifeguards and stuff there.
Okay.
That's the true story that I know.
Okay.
Okay? And what did you want to know about 220, Vicki?
She was asking about the dams as well. That does cover all the dams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was there 5, I believe, on the list? 7 on the list?
Seven
Yeah.
dams,
Okay.
yeah.
It listed them all specifically. You just had the total there for the cost for the dams.
Okay.
246 is a resolution appointing one of the consulting engineers for the town. We're going to be doing some work along the Browns Mills Shopping Center area with grants to install some lights from Mirror Lake to the development. And we need an engineer to help us with the bids and the installation. So we're authorizing Alima with a fee not to exceed $25,000.
Okay, thank you.
Stay in the hot seat, sir. She wanted to know about an update on the lawsuits.
Oh, well, yeah, sure. There's a resolution on tonight. It's the last one that went on, 247. It's not on the printed form. And that's to settle a lawsuit that was brought by our CFO, Ms. Pennywell, against the township and the mayor. So that's going to get settled tonight if the resolution is approved. The short version is that Ms. Pennywell is to be paid $400,000, of which by the end of the year or so, the township will need to reimburse the insurance company $50,000 of that money. In addition, her salary, like all the rest of the township employees, is being, increased for the year. And generally speaking, that's pretty much what the settlement's about. So it's a settlement of $400,000 to our CFO, of which $50,000 will be paid by the township, $350,000 or so will be paid by the insurance company.
Okay, so nothing on any of the other lawsuits?
Well, they're all pending. I mean, they're all
Okay.
still ongoing.
Okay. And the Colonial.
The last thing would be,
The country restaurant?
Jack, if she was asking who's running the senior services now?
Senior services is, we have
Recreation and Senior Services, the department.
the director.
Rec
We don't
department.
have a director of the department.
Right.
We don't have any employees in the rec department right now. So we have advertised for those positions. We have done interviews for a director, and we have done interviews for coordinator. We feel that we want to hire a director before we hire a coordinator. It's nice to have a supervisor in place before we have an employee. So we did interview some candidates for director. We did reach out to some experts in the area to get references and stuff, their opinions. We do have somebody that we really want to hire. I believe HR sent some of the council members a copy of the resume and our recommendation. And hopefully, if council gives us the nod, then we're going to ask for consent at the next council meeting to hire that individual.
Okay, that does not answer my question. I want to know who's running it now. Who's putting the orders in? Who's authorizing the activities that need to be done? Who's running it now?
It was my understanding from what he had just said that there's nobody. Am I wrong,
So
sir?
basically, Recreation and Senior Services has nothing going on. The senior center cannot get any supplies.
That's incorrect.
Well, that's why I'm asking, who's running it now? Who's authorizing those purchases? Who is taking responsibility to keep that service afloat until we get a coordinator
We-
and
we-
a director?
We have a supervisor in senior services. I'm pretty sure you know who that individual is. That's the one that's putting the recs in and doing the paperwork for the senior services. Right now, we don't have a recreation department, so we don't have any services being provided other than the beach. And we do have an individual that has experience that has offered to help us get through the end of the season and supervise the beach guards and stuff. But we don't have anything else, right? We don't have anyone there, so what can you do?
Are we compensating the people that are, are they getting a stipend for stepping in and doing these things that they aren't normally responsible for?
Nothing's been brought to council's attention yet, so I would have to say probably not.
Okay.
That's incorrect. The person
Is it?
that's helping with the lifeguards is getting compensated.
They are, okay, very good.
And what about the senior services? It's not
That
something,
person's doing the same job they've always done.
no, but that's okay. I know better. I used to work there.
Okay.
And the country house, Vicky, as far as I know, that's
Still on hold.
still on. I think it's due to come before the zoning board. I keep hearing it gets postponed, but that's the last I've heard on the country house. They're supposed to be coming before the zoning board for a change in use out there. That's all I know.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate the input. Is this my paper or? I don't know if that's mine.
Anybody else? Come on up, Ms. Phillips. It wouldn't be a night without you.
Good evening, everybody in general. I'm going to start with number 1. This is in reference to the Yellow Bank or the Sycamore Hall. In all this lawsuit, we have it right now, why the township doesn't go and bid and buy the building back and hand it and keep it as a historical building. We've been spending plenty money, taxpayer money, with the lawsuit. The least, if we get that bank and deal with the people where they say supposed to do things in there and they didn't do nothing, I know that you guys going, yes, have fines towards them, and all that money where you supposed to get from them, that will be when you go and buy the building. I'm shocked that the township haven't jumped on it. I know we don't have hardly any money, but guess what? The least we're going to have the yellow building back. Okay, my next thing it is, I understand if you want to build a house and you don't have city water or sewage, how much land that you need. I know in the past I was told that I need an acre of the land. Can anybody reply to me if that is still in force or not? I don't have city water, I don't have sewage. If I get a piece of the land, how much that I need to build a house? Oh, I'm sorry. I know that they try to figure out something. Okay, I brought it out to their attention in the past. Between North Carolina and Kinetic Trail, in both sides, doesn't matter which way you're coming in, it's a blind intersection there. And why is blind intersection? Because code enforcement has to go after these people, and they can trim the hedges. I pay for trim mine because I am in a corner lot, 4 feet high, that the law says. And I noticed since the summer started, I was told by one of the new residents in PL, the most presidential lake got stop signs. Why they did not put the stop sign on Tennessee Trail and New Hampshire Road and instead then put that yield sign? That yield sign doesn't mean beans for these people. They are driving 30, 40, 50 miles an hour. Been several accidents in there. And the only thing we're going to correct this problem is they got to put a stop sign in there. We need a stop sign. I like to see my flowers. I do not want crosses in there. Okay? Now, my next thing it is the old Lake Storm Presidential Lake. I was told that was under contract or somebody was going to get it, whatever. I want to know the answer in that building. Okay, I noticed still empty houses in PL. I knew they took care, the one I brought it out to their attention. But since we got a code enforcement he getting paid for, I work in my garden, in my yard every day. And I noticed one day, I assumed that somebody didn't tell them, that I complain about it, whatever. He back off, turn around different way. But what he did not know, they are going to be in my yard for 3 to 4 or 5 hours working. Here is the guy coming in the other direction. That this is the only street this person knows, Tennessee Trail and New Hampshire Road. There is a lot of roads and a lot of problems to find it in there. I can get the address, but that's not my job. I'm not getting paid for it, and that's not my business. The business is we got in code enforcement, we pay them for. Okay, let me check in here. I want to know, I know that we got a portable pot in Presidential Lakes by the firehouse. And I hear the rumor in the past that when the fall coming out, they're going to remove it. Why? We got to go to the bathroom every day. We don't go to the bathroom only in the summer and the spring. That portable pot should be remain. I travel to every single town, and guess what? They got 2-3. We got a ball field. That firehouse is for looks. When I'm going to say for looks, that firehouse is not open 24 hours. When the people are playing across the street, they got to go to the bathroom. They don't live here. Where do you think they go? That's when we need a portable bath is not a luxury for the township. It's a necessity for the children and for the older people. Okay, let me see what I can see more in there. Okay, well, I was notified last night. I got good news for one of the workers for the township, notify me that I'm going to get my wishes. No litter sign on Spring Lake Boulevard by the Woodside towards Route 70. That news was very nice for me. I'm dying to see it. Okay, also, it's going to be 4 years ago, October 17, 2021, when I was in a very bad accident in Country Lake. And what they did, I know the township did that. They put reflectors, they put 3 poles where they throw me out from the road to the houses and the fences and everything. But somebody got smart. What they did, I wanted permission. If they don't do it, I will go rip it off. This can save somebody's life. Some fool went and put a sign in there, fixing houses or do loans or whatever. Sign is there. But if in 8 days, that sign is still there, I'm going to get out and I hope that people see me when I'm going to rip it off, because that may save my life. I was very lucky to be alive today and talk in front of the microphone today. And I leave it that way. Thank you. Oh, now before I leave, what is going on within Roland County College? The township got any input or anything? Anybody say where they want to see there? I know that was part of the Green Acres deal. It's only so much with the Green Acre you can do, apart.
Okay, you want me to start down your list? Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
all right. Your first question was with regards to the Yellow Bank. About a buyback on it?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, we don't own it, do we? The developer still owns it, correct?
The developer still owns it, and Ms. Phillips also indicated a lawsuit. I'm not aware of any lawsuit involving Yellow Bank.
No, excuse me. I'm going to stop right there. Since we are paying so much money in lawsuit, why we don't invest some money and we can at least show the Yellow Bank belong to the township and it's historical place, save it.
Okay, I understand what you're saying now. My question is, if they own it, is it for sale? I don't think they're
It's
selling
been
it.
for
They are
sale.
selling it.
It is for sale.
It has been for sale. We gave it to the stupid people for $250,000, and now they sucking to the people for most $800,000. And guess what? With the taxes and everything they owe us, we can get it for less money, and thank you.
Okay. Your next question was how much land to build a house if you have sewer and water? Oh, if you don't have sewer and water,
If I don't have sewer and water, how much do I need?
okay. Yeah, it would say there's multiple different residential zones. It depends on what it is you're looking to build, because it would depend upon the size of your lot and what you're looking to build.
I'm going to take it, for example, Presidential Lake. Why I choose Presidential Lake? But I was told by somebody else, and I drove there myself today. They cleared up the lot and they planning to put a house in there. That lot is not big, because by the time you put the septic in the back and the wall in the front, there is no space for put a house in there.
Well, there would be setbacks on both sides, the front and the back. So if they make their application to build a residence there, if it doesn't meet the setback requirements, they would be sent to the zoning and the planning boards to get approval to change the setbacks.
Okay, thank you for that, because I will be attend every single zoning board meeting and every planning board meeting. Yes, give me yes, then,
Next was your question about the old lake store in Presidential Lakes.
yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong there, Jack. Weren't we trying to pick that up through taxes or something like that? Tax liens? Have we made any headway on that?
I was asking about that a month or so ago. Last year about this time, there was somebody in there trying to clear it out, and they owe a substantial amount of taxes on it.
Right.
So we were trying to get them to pay then, and they said, because we weren't going to let them clear it out.
Right.
And they said they would be in with a check any day, and that, to my knowledge, never happened. So that's probably going to be on Mr. Dasty's next list of
Be on the
foreclosures.
next tax sale list, yeah, okay.
Well, good luck, Mr. Dusty, with the property. I like to see that somebody get a property and do something about it there. Thank you.
And Jack, as far as your question about the porta potties, what's the time frame we usually keep them out? Just through the summer months, or?
Yeah, we just started doing that a year or so ago.
Yeah.
Because Ms. Phillips asked for people to have porta potties out there to play ball and all
Right.
that good stuff. So we've contracted through Mr. Bob,
Yeah.
I think it is, to put porta potties there, and I asked for one over at the end of Spring Lake Boulevard.
Right,
There
yeah.
by the park there.
Yeah.
And that kind of hits two places, the new park that's there that always has kids in the playground, and
Yeah.
then the basketball courts across the street.
Is there a certain time of year when it stops being there, or?
The kids are always playing basketball there year-round. It's more busy this time of year because the weather's
Right.
better for it. We do rent these things out.
Yeah.
There's not people playing baseball in December, so we usually take those out of there about Labor Day.
Okay.
And then we bring them back in the springtime. And Memorial Day's the goal. I think one of our plans, talking to Public Works, is we rent these things.
Yeah, I know we were talking about buying a couple of them.
Well, we're actually looking at buying a little bit more than a couple, because like last night, we didn't have any out there. And then some of the other events that we have, we'd like to have porta potties there.
Right.
And then some other places where we have parks that doesn't have facilities, we'd like to put them out there.
Right.
And we're thinking maybe our sewer department, sorry, man, can kind of assist us in maintaining them throughout the year.
Right.
Then when the season decreases where there's less of a need, we would winterize them and take them out to the sewer department where we think we have a storage location to put those in.
Okay, but we still are working on a plan to get some of our own, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, they cost money
Yeah.
unless you want to give me, $50,000 to spend for all of them. We're looking at, buying 4 or 5 a year until we get to where we need
Yeah,
to be.
that's what I thought when we were doing the budget. I thought we were looking at picking up 4 a year until we got what we needed, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else for public comment?
Before you even start, Eric, did that storm system work last week during that bad storm?
Works pretty good.
Okay, I'm glad.
No issues so far.
Okay, good evening, council. This is actually combined, 223,
Eric, I'm sorry, can you put your name and address on the record, please?
Gotta say it out loud.
oh, Area House 119 Sunset Street. It's combined 223 to 225, 2025. That is a lot of money for all that, but I mean, do we need to ask for it 3 times? We can't just ask for a bigger, like a combined amount, and be one combined amount. That's it on that. And to what Mr. Solicitor was saying, we're buying water from Pemberton Borough.
Yeah.
Does Pemberton Borough have a water department, or is it through our water department?
No, I think they have their own water, yeah, they have their own water department.
Okay, and the other thing was, Pemberton Borough, like you said, is only a mile long, mile and a half long.
I don't know how long it is.
Somebody said that to
It's a
me.
small town,
But it's
yes.
small. With their water department or police department, couldn't we merge them and get their resources? Because, I mean, it's kind of right there. That's all I have.
Thank you.
For,
Gentlemen, don't go any further with that one, please.
yeah, 223, 224, 225. 223, it doesn't say what that grant's for on the thing, but 224 and 225 are going towards the paving project for Phase 3 and 4. And these grants, when they come up, we apply for them at different times, and they may all land at different times. You know, that's what it is. You know, the government comes out and says you can have this much money, or put in a proposal, and we'll give you what we think we can, yeah. So, but that's why they're separately, yeah,
Okay.
okay?
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. How y'all doing tonight? Just want to say last night's National Night Out was really awesome. Thank y'all very much. I got about 2.5 pages of people inquiring about Scouts, so hopefully we can turn those signatures into actual kids.
Pete, same,
in
can
the-
you put your name on the record, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Robert E. King, Pete, 247 Amherst Avenue, Pemberton. Sorry about that. You're welcome. But, so, like I said, hopefully we can get those names into actual scouting. But I just want to let everyone know that the Newcomb Meet the Teacher Day is going to be August 25th. Check the times for that. The high school New Student Day is also going to be August 28th from 10 to 2. And then Helen Ford's calling it the Helen Ford Experience on the 28th. It's going to be from 10 to 1 and 5 to 7. I think they're coming out with a new website for the school, so look about that. Genesis is open, so we're asking all the parents to make sure go through and check your forms and check your kids, make sure they have what they need so that they can be ready for school, and hopefully they've been doing their summer reading list. Because remember, education begins at home, and the more we can help our teachers and staff, the better off things can be there. Now for Scouts, I just want to let y'all know that the Garden State Council is holding a Shoot for Scouting Sporting Clays Classic on Friday, October 3rd, on the Facebook group of Scouts Pemberton, Browns Mills. I have the flyer listed on there. And also, you're going to probably see an uptick in Scouts trying to raise money because National Jamboree is going to be next July in 2026. And they're raising around $22.75 for each of the Scouts to go. So it's kind of they're going to need some money for that. So, and no, other than that, we have Scouts. We're getting ready to do a summer camp, which is a lot of fun. Then As far as the resolutions go, can y'all give an example of a non-represented employee and official? And did we really cancel the pilot program for the warehouse out on Route 38? Are the questions. All right. If y'all have anything for me, let me know.
First of all, to answer your question, yes, by resolution, we did pull the pilot program at the last meeting.
Cool.
And I'm sorry, what was your other question, Pete?
Oh, what's an example of, can we get an example of a non-represented employee and official?
That would be somebody not covered by the union contracts that we have here, usually department heads, things like that.
Mayor, council.
Okay. All right. Thank y'all very much. Y'all have any questions about scouts or schools? No. Oh, the other thing about schools is first 3 days, there is an adjustment in the bus scheduling to accommodate, taking a little bit longer and stuff. So we're going to have a staggered start again this year. All right. You're welcome. Cheers.
Pat Guthrie, Birmingham Road. I just wanted to come up and say thank you to all the council members. I've gotten more involved looking at Facebook and seeing posts, and it really is a thankless job. And everything that you all are doing up here to help the community and try and save the community and make our life better, it is very much appreciated, so I definitely wanted to say thank you. I think that was a really good thing as far as the pilot being pulled from the warehouse on 38. I was just wondering what the status is on the warehouse on 206. Not the one that's near the creek, but the one that's kind of next to Little's. They did a lot of tearing down and clearing all of the land, but then it's kind of just been at a standstill. Is there a holdup on that, or did they change their minds, or just kind of like just sitting there with nothing being done? And then I was also wondering what's going on with the country house. If anything's ever going to come out of, them doing stuff that they weren't supposed to and tearing down and wanting to do stuff that wasn't approved. Do we have any information on what's going to be happening there? And last but not least, I was going to ask about, since I see we're getting all these grants, if we still have that person that we hired to look into all the grants to help the township, because that was a really good catch on getting those grants to do all these improvements to help us out here in the township also. And that's it.
Okay, who wants to start?
I guess Jerry can start with Rockefeller.
Is that Rockefeller, is that the one?
Yeah.
I don't know the geography too well.
Yeah.
As far as we know, they're building them. They have some sanitary sewer issues that they're trying to resolve. And I can't tell you anything else about those two warehouses. As far as I know, they still want to go forward.
Okay. And the country house?
The country house, I believe somebody else had asked about that,
Yeah.
Patty, and they said that it's at the zoning board of adjustment now. I believe they went for a zoning issue, maybe a change of use for the zoning.
Yeah, that's what they're doing, changing use, but it keeps being postponed. I guess they're not ready or anything yet, but I know it's been on the agenda and off the agenda a couple times for zoning. I don't know why, but, they're eventually got to come back to them before they can do anything. And the grants, as far as I know, we're not using a grant writer anymore, Jack, are we? We're just, different departments are applying for grants. I know
We used to do it both ways. We had the grant writer, and then the departments were applying too.
Yeah.
And normally what we did was we put, $10,000, $20,000 in the the budget for grant writer.
Yeah,
And once we ran out of money, then we would handle it in-house.
yeah, but I don't think we've had any this year with the grant writer. It's just been the department heads writing them, I believe.
I thought we did at the beginning of the year, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, then the staff is doing an amazing job. So to be able to catch all of those and, apply for them, because that's very helpful for, saving the taxpayers some money.
We have some amazing people on staff here working. Perry and I were talking earlier, we were going to do it at the end of the night, but I think now's a good time. I think we need to tell all the employees they did a great job.
And especially with
For
being
the National
shorthanded.
Night Out, they were out there, a lot of them on their own time, just doing stuff for the community. And we owe them all great thanks, the police, the fire department, all the different township employees that helped out. Many, many hands make light work, and it was a great turnout there, but the employees did a great job.
Yep, they should be all shown some kind of appreciation and given a letter, because they've been doing an outstanding job. And any word on the master plan?
Well, we have our meetings every 2 weeks at the municipal building at 6 o'clock. We've made some great progress, and we'll be getting ready to present it shortly.
Thank you.
Already.
Anybody else for public comment? Okay, seeing none, we're going to close public comment, and I think we're going to take a 5-minute recess before we start the night.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're going to get back to order. All right, moving on to meeting minutes. Regular meeting minutes of June 18th, 2025.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes.
Stand by. They're going to be pulled?
Yes, remember I sent you guys an email? We're pulling them.
Yeah,
We'll get them at the.
Disregard, we're going to pull those minutes for tonight.
I rescind my
Motion?
motion.
Okay, moving along to resolutions. Looking to try to go with a consent agenda. Is there anything you guys want to pull from a consent agenda?
Yes, Mr. President. 2021, I'd just like to talk about a little bit.
Okay.
2022, I have one question for Jerry about. And 2047, I believe we're going to talk about a little bit.
Which one?
2047, 247?
There we go, that makes sense.
Sorry, 247.
247, yes.
Okay, so that's all I have, sir.
Mr. Dewey?
I'll go with what Harry had.
You're fine on 227, sir?
221, 222.
You had a question on 227?
Yeah.
227 you want to pull?
Yeah.
Mr. Ward?
Can we pull 242 for an individual vote, Perry?
242?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
That's it, sir? Okay. We'll look for a motion here for a consent agenda on all items for resolutions, excluding 221, 222, 227, and 247. And 242, I'm sorry. Can I
Make
get
a motion to approve those resolutions as
Second.
stated.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Okay, resolution number 221 authorizes the acceptance and execution of a project loan agreement for the Pine Mill Lake Dam in an amount not to exceed $545,000. Mr. Harper?
And I pulled that, I didn't know if anybody. I usually remember, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure everybody on council, understood what was going on. Like I said, there's about $973 is what we were told, $973,000 is what we were told the job would cost. We're getting $545 from a loan. We have about $505 in some bond issues from 2020 left over. And I just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of what was going on with that.
I'm sorry, you said bond issues, you mean issue?
Bond.
We have bond money set aside.
Money set aside.
Okay, very
yes,
good,
yeah,
thank you.
Yep. Yeah, I have them specifically if you need the numbers, but, so. Just, if nobody has any questions, then I make a motion, we approve.
I have a question,
There you go.
comments.
There you go.
Mr. Dewey?
Now, we could not come up with the exact date when this was brought to the attention of the problem with the dam, but it's supposed to be around 2020, let's say 5 years. We already paid ARH, or was it?
ARH, yes.
ARH, to do the engineering for this. So at the time that they did it, let's say it's 5 years ago, it was $974,000. So within 5 years, that same project is probably going to be about 1.3. You know, it's not mentioned in this resolution. My question is, why has it taken 5 years to have it brought to the council? And it's not going to be the exact price that's on this resolution, because all the prices have gone up, especially since COVID. So I don't know who can answer this question.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, none of us were even in office. I don't, Jack, well, you weren't even in office back then, were you?
No.
So-
I think part of this is it says project loan agreement. I think it started out as grant requests. And just because you put in for a grant doesn't mean you're going to get the money. And the hope was keep putting in for the grant and eventually it would happen. And this is the way we had to go to get the money.
And as far as loans go, I mean, it's a 2% interest loan. I don't think you can go to the bank anywhere and get that interest. Yeah, so.
Well, the point that I was making is this has got to be short on money. Because if it was 5 years ago, if it was $975,000.
I don't know. I don't know if Public Works keeps up on this and updates the cost numbers on it or not, as anticipated what it's going to cost to repair it.
I'm just trying to figure out why it took so long to get it to this point.
Like I said, I know initially they started out looking for grants for this, and they applied for grants and didn't qualify or didn't get them for whatever reason, I don't know.
And I mean, at this point, if we approve this tonight, the next step is it's going to go out for bids. And if the bids come back too high, then we can shoot it down and go on to the next step, I
Well,
guess.
this is one of those things, Councilman Harper, where it's a dam that's damaged, and if something does happen, heaven forbid,
Right,
and
right, oh, yeah.
we don't take corrective action,
Yeah.
then we're probably going to be liable. Is that correct there, Mr. Dasty? So my thought is, if we have old bond ordinances that we can utilize to pay on this, and we get this loan, and it costs, just as a wild number, $200,000 more, either we fund it in the budget next year, or we bond $200,000 and get the thing repaired.
I don't disagree with you on this one, because, yeah, it's something that does need to be taken care of, but we have to get to this step, is what I'm saying, and then go out and get it bid on to see what we're going to do as the next step.
And I mean, Councilman Dewey probably understands this more than anyone here. I mean, that's the head end of the lake. Everything coming in there is what's coming from the base. We have no control over that. So if something happens on the base and they open up the water flow,
Yep,
we catch it.
yep.
So you want a reliable, sturdy dam at that location.
Can't be too bad, it's lasted 5 years. That's all I got.
Anybody else? All right, and if there's no other questions, then I make a motion, we approve 2021-2025.
I'll second it.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Okay, 2/22/2025, accepting and processing the approval for the Whitesbog Village General Store.
All right, and my question here is for Jerry there. You might know that any other septic systems, the township is not involved at all. It's strictly through the county. Nobody needs our blessings except if they need an electrical permit. And I'm wondering why
State
White's
land.
Boggs is requesting this.
This is for the DEP to approve the extension of the sanitary sewer line to this site.
Well, it's not sanitary, it's a septic system. They're putting in
It's
septic system.
Jerry. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's state property within the township boundaries, and I think that's why we
But
have to do
this is why I'm confused, and Dan knows better than me because he's been in the business. You know, it's county, all septics are run by the county. I don't want to stop the state from moving forward with this, but at the same time, I'm just wondering why they ask for our permission. Nobody else needs our permission to do a septic.
I don't know.
And
They've been really hot. Mr. Dasty's seen the emails.
Yeah.
They requested this when, Jerry, June, July? But, I mean, we missed one meeting and then another meeting, I thought it was on and it wasn't there.
Right.
So that's why it's kind of,
Yeah, like I said, I'm just confused because it's the only time anybody's come to us. The township has nothing to do. They can get their septic without our approval. You know, I mean, they don't even need the Pinelands approval, they need the county.
Mr. Harper, for whatever reason, this is DEP required approval, and this is the treatment works application for the sewer system, for the septic system.
and I do believe it's because it's a state park.
Okay. I mean, the only thing I would say, if we have to add some verbiage on there that, you know, we do agree that they can get their septic done, but, you know, we are not in any way liable for any costs or anything. you know.
No, well, no.
That's all
I don't
wanted.
think that's necessary, sir.
Okay, that was all I wanted to clarify there, because I've been confused since I saw this. I got some answers talking to the state. I mean, even the state lady said to me, I don't know why we're asking for your permission either, but, you know, somebody decided it was necessary. So, you have anything to add there, Mr. Dewey?
I mean, if you almost read it, it almost sounds like we're extending our sewer line to White Spot.
That's what it sounded like to
And-
me when I first read it, yeah.
And all the septics I put in, like Harry said before, the only reason I'd have to come in this building would be if it needs a pump, I need electrical permit. Everything is done through the county. So it was confusing to me of why it's even on here.
Yeah, like I said, I just recommend that if we, you know, pass this resolution, we'd add the verbiage on there for, you know,
You-
we approve
I
their
mean-
septic system.
Other than it being on state property, listening to you folks talk, the only thing, like you said, Councilman Dewey, maybe the state assumes that we do have a sewer line running down Lakehurst that far, and normally we would mandate that they hook into that sewer system, but there isn't one there, so maybe that's why they're asking.
Yeah, I mean, if you were running the sewer line, I would run it Upper Ridge Road to the gravel road right to the general store, because your sewer ends at South Lake Shore Drive. You know, that's the way, when I read it, I was saying, were they running sewer line out there? Because there's no reason to go through the township for a septic system.
Sir, again, all I know is I got emails from them, and they seem pretty excited that we hadn't worked on it yet.
Well, they probably thought there was a sewer main out there. There's not. You know, that's what's confusing to me.
I just verify, I mean, I just say that, you know, we approve their septic system work. I was just informed by an expert that says it is a state requirement. Yeah, so, okay.
Okay, do we have a motion on 222?
I'll make a motion, we approve 222, 2025, stating that we have approved their septic system.
I'll second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Okay, I believe the next one was 227, 2025, authorizing the tax collector to conduct an electronic tax sale for the year 2025 using realauction.com LLC. Mr. Dewey?
Which one was that?
227.
Didn't we already approve this once for the tax sales?
I don't know that we've approved the tax collector using this online company. I don't know.
No, we have a contract with these folks. You folks, the council approved doing the electronic tax sale bid, whatever you want to call it, in the springtime when we had our annual tax sale. This year, unfortunately, we're having to have a second one. The approval was only for the first, so we're now asking for approval to utilize a contract that we already have in place to do the electronic tax sale.
So when this goes online, is it open to the public to go on and,
Yeah, I believe you have to register ahead of time and all and get all your,
Yeah, we
Paperwork done.
basically don't really have, it cuts down on our manpower and our costs drastically by doing it this way.
the only question I have on that, Jack, is everything going to be on the auction this time that's up for taxes? 'Cause there was some stuff left off the last time, and I mean, I know there's another property that I just found out the other day owes the town about $47,000 in back taxes, and we maintain the property because it's an abandoned property, but we haven't put it up for tax sale.
Send me the information, Councilman, and I'll check into it. I mean, if you just tell me somebody
Yeah,
owes 40 grand, I don't know what that is.
I'll gladly give you the address tomorrow.
I mean, if you just found it, there's a possibility it slipped through the cracks. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's, I just want to, I know last time some were left off, and I just want to make, the town can use all the money because, who knows how much extra we're going to have to pay to fix a dam and all. But we need every penny we can get, so put them all on for tax sale. That's the main thing. I just want to make sure that everything goes on there, should go on there, as I was very surprised about this one property, when the last time there were a few on the tax sales that only went for like $200 and something worth of not paying their trash fees and stuff like that, So how a $47,000 one slips through the cracks, I don't know. But you got anything else on that?
you covered it?
All right, with that, I'll make a motion that we approve 2/27/2025, and hopefully we'll get all our tax money.
I'll second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Okay, moving on. Resolution number 242, 2025, approving and authorizing the execution of an amendment to the redevelopment agreement by and between the township and K. Hovnanian at Rancocas Creek LLC.
Councilman Perry Doyle, if I may, Council President, Acting Council President. I just want to make a few statements on this resolution alone tonight to our community and to everybody else. Number one, I think Mr. Dasty did a fantastic job on this resolution with the help of Councilman Dewey and Councilman Harper. With that being said, I think intrinsically, it's a fantastic deal for the township, in the current situation that development is, right? My concerns are both foreshadowing in nature down the road and ethically in nature down the road. And for those reasons, I'm not going to be supporting this resolution tonight. I represent the people of Pemberton Township. That's who's elected me to fill this seat. I understand that. And again, I'll reiterate that intrinsically, short term, it's a great deal. And I couldn't ask for anything more for that. And I thank everybody for that. But for the second two reasons, I just can't support this resolution this evening. So that's all I need to say. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, with that, do I have a motion on 242, 2025?
I'll make a motion. We approve 242, 2025.
I'll second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes, indeedy.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
No.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Moving on now to ordinances for second reading, public hearing, and/or adoption. Oh, I'm sorry, no, my apologies.
247.
Almost forgot 247. Resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Pemberton, County of Burlington, State of New Jersey, authorizing and approving settlement with Candace Pennewell resulting from litigation initiated against the Township, Mayor Jack Tompkins, and the Township Administrator Daniel Hornicle. Who's up?
Gary, you need to say anything about that?
Councilman. The, Ms. Pennywell, who's the CFO here, had filed suit against the town, the mayor, and the former administrator, alleging what she alleged as sexual-related issues and harassment. Through mediation, the case has been tentatively settled by the insurance company who's representing the town through his attorney. And the short version is the settlement would be $400,000 paid to Ms. Pennywell. Her salary would be increased to $135,000 retroactive to July 1st. There's a couple other minor issues in terms of the settlement agreement, all of which we have on file at the Township Clerk's office. Of the $400,000 that is to be paid to her, $50,000 of that will have to be reimbursed by the township and its taxpayers to the insurance company in accordance with the insurance policy we have. So the net is that we will wind up paying $50,000 of that. The insurance company will pay a net of $350,000, and I'm sure that our insurance premiums will go up next year as a result of that. Generally speaking, that's what the settlement is.
I make a motion that we approve 247, 2025.
I'll second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. And that being the end of the resolutions, we're going to move on to ordinances for second reading, public hearing, and/or adoption. Ordinance number 16, 2025, bond ordinance providing for various 2025 water utility improvements by and in the Township of Pemberton in the County of Burlington, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1,991,980, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,892,381 in bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof. This has been tabled from the July 16th meeting. Now open to the public.
Well, my question is procedural. We had public comment at the first meeting, and then we tabled it, so we've already had the public comment portion of this.
When did we have? Oh,
Yeah, 16 and 17 were tabled. Anybody from council have any questions?
I have a short one about this. This is on the water side.
Yeah, this is the water one.
I hope and pray between now and the end of the year that the water department gets their billing straightened out so that the township collects the money that's due us from different businesses and residents because of our lack of keeping our eye on the ball. You know, it's easy for these departments to spend the taxpayers' money, but when there's a proven problem with their billing, there's nobody jumping up to the plate to straighten it out. They generated $2 million last year in revenue for the water department, but they were $200,000 in the red. And we know the area where there's the problem, but we can't seem to get anybody to step up to the plate to straighten it out. And, Mr. Mayor, I'm asking you if you can get together with your people and get this worked out. The problem with Wawa, people that are,
You know, Mr. Dewey, I keep hearing wah, 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 and your perceptions are your perceptions, and I'm getting factual information from our department, and they don't meet up with what yours is. I mean, there was a faulty meter at Wawa. We've been doing the readings on it. We had an incorrect reading that was a little off on one reading. We went to read it the second time, and it still seemed a little off, and we couldn't verify whether it was the meter or just their usage dropped a little bit. And then the third time, there was clearly a problem with the meter, and as soon as we determined that, we fixed the meter. We've gone back after that to verify that the meter is operational and everything is in line, and we've done that. We do our due diligence. Our department is very thorough in what they're doing. You throwing these grenades every meeting and putting our employees under like this is ridiculous.
you just want your people that you're paying good money to run their departments. Now,
And they
how-
are running the department.
Okay, so how many months or was it a year that there was a problem with the bill?
Granted, it did take a little while for them to determine there was actually a problem with the meter.
Okay.
But do you spend the money and replace a good meter? You want to make sure it's a faulty meter and not just
Well,
a temporary
it can
dip
only
in
be
usage.
two things, a bad meter or a water leak before the meter. You know, doesn't take an Einstein. What I'm saying is, we should determine, they pay, what'd they pay, $84 a quarter?
I don't know that.
It was around $84 a quarter. And that includes, they have a kitchen, very busy bathroom based on the area, water sprinklers outside. I think they should have been around $700 a quarter. We have to collect that money.
And it has been corrected.
Did we collect the money?
I believe we have. Well, no. We don't have an ordinance for water where we can go in arrears and collect. So that's something maybe council might want to look at and correct.
Well, when was that going to be brought up to our attention?
I said, I think, it's either sewer or water we can't collect in the past.
And you have a problem on the sewer end too.
How's that, sir?
People that are hooked up to the sewer and don't even have bills. I read the reports that we got where they poured dye down the vents and verified that they're hooked up to the sewer.
Okay. I'm not aware of the dye being poured down and verifying that.
You know, we have to collect money. We can't keep spending money. We got to collect this money.
Well, I agree with you. You've heard me say the same thing.
The water department's the only game in town. How can you generate $2 million worth of revenue and be $200,000 in arrears if you got a billing problem?
You continue saying a billing problem. I'm telling you right now, that's your perception. Mine is something entirely different.
Let's just get the problem straightened out. Because I heard also through the grapevine that you wanted to raise the rate. So all you're going to do is you're going to increase your revenue, and then instead of being 200 in the red, you could be 300.
If you remember correctly, I believe this council, on my recommendation, did raise the rates 2 years ago. And yes, you're right. I would like to raise the rates again. We're still way under what American Water charges. We have a lot of stuff that we could update and improve, but we don't have the cash. Your microphone's off, sir.
The first thing I would improve is the billing. Get all the money that we can get in here.
Maybe when you're mayor, you can tackle that task.
Okay, we have a motion on the ordinance.
Yeah, I'll try this again. I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance 16-2025.
I'll second it.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
No.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Well, this is a bond ordinance, it fails, right?
He says it's a bond ordinance, it fails because we didn't have a supermajority.
Ordinance number 17, 2025. Bond ordinance providing for various 2025 sewer utility improvements by and in the Township of Pemberton in the County of Burlington, State of New Jersey, the Township, appropriating $2,817,000, therefore from the sewer utility of the Township and authorizing the issuance of $2,817,000 in bonds or notes of the Township to finance part of the costs thereof. This also was tabled from July 16th, so we won't have public comment. Questions, comments?
Yes, before I make a motion. 16 and 17 were both tabled last meeting. I thought I got, talked to everybody. I tried to get all the information I could. Sent out word to everybody. Tom McNaughton sent out word to everybody. Had any questions about this, please reach out to him. Tom McNaughton's done his due diligence, but yet, it's an ordinance that we need to pass to make the water department and the sewer department operate. We got a lot of things out there on the street that we need to get done. And I'm just a little concerned that we're no longer doing what the people hired us to do what's best for the town. And with that, I'm going to make a motion to approve 17-2025 again.
I'll second.
17.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Ordinance number 18, 2025, an ordinance establishing 2025 salaries and wages for certain employees of the Township of Pemberton effective January 1, 2025. Open for public comment. Okay, seeing none, close the public comment portion. Council, questions, comments, concerns?
I got a little one. It's just mind-boggling to me that it takes 8 months to come up with the raises for our people, because when do we get our budget? End of June? And I think they start the process in October, according to administration. This place should be hitting January 1st running. The budget should be done, all the numbers should be in. People get paid in January instead of August for their back pay. I just don't understand how this happens. Well, I have a good idea why it happens. But we got to do a better job with our budgets and getting things done on a timely basis.
Anybody else? Do we have a motion?
Make a motion to approve ordinance 18-2025 for a second reading to be when?
No, this is, says it is a second reading.
This is for second
Oh,
reading.
this is
This is for
second.
second
Oh, I'm
reading.
sorry, I'm sorry.
I'll second.
Do we second it?
Is that the motion?
Yes.
He motioned and seconded, yeah.
Yep.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Councilman Doyle,
Yes, sir.
can I make a comment on this?
Sure.
I emailed our solicitor on this a couple of times, Ordinance 18, 2025. I have some issues with it. One of the biggest one is the targeted salaries in a portion of this. Normally, we do a salary range. This calls out targeted, so you're actually setting the salary for the employee. Normally, I think that's an authority invested into the mayor. The other issue I have with this is you passed a salary resolution tonight of 2020, 2025, and you just passed this ordinance 18, 2025. And both of these have specific numbers for the positions that the employees fill. Unfortunately, there's a few of these positions where the salary on the salary resolution does not equal or match the salary that's on the salary ordinance. So with that conflict, I find that we're going to have a difficulty figuring out what we're going to be paying these employees. Because I have two different numbers.
I understand your comment. I understand, I see ordinance 18. Where else were you looking at?
Resolution 2020-2025, which is setting the rates of compensation for non-representative employees and officials.
And you didn't bring these questions up before we approved them, Jack?
Well, you're the council. I had questions with Mr. Dasty. I said, normally we do a range.
The range is not the issue, as I mentioned to you previously, Mayor. On most of the salary ordinance, there is a range, which then, for that particular employee, has to be set by a resolution. In other words, the range is $20 to $50. Well, then you have to adopt a resolution to make it $35, for lack of better. But I don't understand, I don't recall you and I talking about setting the rates of compensation for non-represented employees. Are you saying the amounts on 220 conflict with the ordinance 18?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, I don't know.
Without getting into names.
I hadn't heard that one before. I
What you're
don't know.
saying, you got a couple that are higher than what these ranges are set?
They don't match, and they need to match.
And you brought these up specifically to the solicitor earlier?
I did say that I had a problem with ordinance 18.
Oh.
And if it would have been fixed the way I suggested that we've done it in the past, we wouldn't have an issue tonight.
Mr. Mayor, you didn't tell me there was an issue between 220 and ordinance 18, but let me look and see what we have here. You're saying some of the numbers on the resolution don't comply with the ordinance? All right, let me see what I got here.
I mean, I looked at these according to what we were given with the budget that you gave us, and I thought they all matched up. I didn't check 100% of them, but I thought they all matched up. So,
Director of Recreation, Community Standards, who is this? Oh, boy, hold on. Director of Community Development. That's very, construction official.
I mean, the only thing I can suggest, unless Jerry, I mean, we always amend, ordinances and resolutions. I guess you and the solicitor have to get together and see about
Just a moment. sir.
correcting this, yeah.
Emergency Management Coordinator. Township Clerk. I see one minor change so far. There's a $3,000 difference in the ordinance for the Assistant Superintendent of Public Works and the resolution. But the rest of them thus far, I think are the
I
same.
thought there was two or three of them. Maybe I
Well,
was
let me
wrong,
see.
but there is
Let me
one
see.
that's wrong.
Chief clerk is 9295.
And
Municipal
and
court.
if I'm not mistaken, I thought all these numbers were, either the exact or the top end of what that job entitled, I
Council
thought,
members
I'm
are
not
still-
sure.
Hold on.
According to the budget that administration gave us.
Councilman Harper, I believe the resolution numbers are the correct numbers. I believe that came from our HR saying this is what they're currently paying
Right.
I
of
see a
last
couple
year.
of what I would consider to be minor discretions, or,
I mean,
But,
yeah,
but
I know,
what we have to do is abide by the contracts too. I mean, if they fall under a contract and their
Right.
contract calls for a 2%
Gentlemen,
pay raise.
let me just, please,
Yeah.
just a moment. The resolution for council members says that the annual salary is $8,042.15. The ordinance says $8,243.20. So there's a difference of $200 for the year. The where the hell did it go here? Just a moment.
do you and the solicitor want to go in the back room and discuss exactly who you're talking about? I mean, yeah, because I know we can't do it.
I appreciate that, Councilman, but no, I don't want
Yeah.
to talk about anything in the back room. I just don't understand what the other issue is. The chief of police numbers are the same.
Maybe
These-
there is a discrepancy or possibly multiple. The other one is, I don't think I'm on the ordinance either. I don't think the mayor's on the ordinance.
No, you're
either.
not, but your salary's already set for the year, right? Yeah, I mean, there was a resolution adopted a couple of months ago setting your salary.
A resolution, but is there an ordinance?
No.
And does it need to be done?
So you're already getting paid the salary.
Right, but I'm not worried about me.
Well, you brought it up.
But
All right, hold on a second. The chief of police is the same, they match both. The resolution for the mayor is there, but the council members, we just said, are $200 or so difference for the year. Municipal court judge is the same. The chief clerk is the same. The deputy township clerk is the same. The township clerk is the same. The emergency management coordinator, I see that on the resolution. I don't see that on the salary. Maybe it's there, but let me get back to that one. Construction official. Is fine. Director of Community Development. Is the same. CFO, we talked about already. Director of Recreation and Senior Services. I see that on a resolution. I don't see, I wish that maybe I had heard about this before, but the Director of Recreation and Senior Services is on the resolution. Unless it's a different name on it, I don't see that name, that position on the ordinance, unless I miss it. Oh, here it is. Director, where'd it go? That's okay. Oh, no, it's not. No, oh, hold on. Yes, it is okay. That's okay. Assistant Superintendent of Public Works, Assistant Superintendent, is $3,000 off. So I think the only two, and the Director of Public Works is okay. So the only two, I think, and, I'm just running, I wasn't aware of this before, the Assistant Superintendent of Public Works, the resolution says $103,500. salary fixes it at 106. So 106,540. So if the council, okay, that's one. It's assistant, well, it's whichever one you want is the right one.
No, can't do that because of the contract.
What contract?
I think he's a contracted employee. And he gets a set pay.
He's an
raise every year.
assistant, the assistant superintendent of public works have a contract?
I think he does.
Oh, you mean he's in the union or he
I
has a
believe,
contract?
I think he's in the union, yes. The union has a contract.
Well, if he's in the union,
I
why is
believe-
he on the resolution for non-represented employees?
All right, maybe not, but I know his salary should be what's on the resolution. The ordinance is wrong.
Okay, so we can
I mean-
modify the ordinance, all right. So he just got you just got a $3,000 pay cut. Wait, let me just finish, please. Let me just tell you the two discrepancies, if you don't mind. I'm sorry? I'm sorry? Oh, I'm sorry, thank you. Yeah, the councilman, the resolution says 8042.15, and the ordinance says 8243. So bear with me, I think those are the only two that there is a difference. So the resolution for both of them is slightly less than what the ordinance says. So,
We can,
I'm sorry?
we can adjust these in 2 weeks, can't we?
I can't hear you.
We can adjust these in 2 weeks, can't we, once we figure out which
Hold on a
is
second. Yeah,
right?
go ahead. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, you can adopt the you can modify the ordinance at second
Okay.
reading, and you
But-
can just modify the ordinance. Unfortunately, the modification will mean those two employees will get a little less.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know which is right. That's why I'm saying I don't know if we'd want to do that. Yeah, I mean, and,
Well, Councilman, if you don't adopt the ordinance, then nobody gets the raise. It's up to you, sir. What do you want to do? There's two,
well, they've been waiting a long time for the raises already. Yeah, so it's the assistant superintendent and
from what I
which,
can read here, the Assistant Superintendent of Public Works, the ordinance says 106,540.11. The resolution says 103,500.
and which is the other one besides assistant superintendent?
You,
Council?
the other one's you.
Oh, council, yeah, well,
8243.20
yeah.
versus 8042.
Well, we already approved this, right? It's just like we
You
already,
approve the resolution.
we just approved the ordinance.
Did we vote on it?
Jack waited till after we approved the ordinance to,
We, Harry, not to cut you off, we can go back and
Sure.
and
You can
redo the.
take another vote.
We could take another vote as amended. We could go back, take another vote as amended. And then figure this all out. That would be my recommendation later on.
okay.
If you wanted to take another vote, you could modify 18-2025 to reflect that the Assistant Superintendent of Public Works annual salary would be retro to January 1, 103,500. And you would change the council members to 8042.15. Those are the two, those, yeah. You would change the council members to 8024215.
Call for another vote as amended.
Did you get all of that, Sunshine? Okay. All right. Can you call for a vote on the amended numbers, please?
There's got to be a
For
motion.
ordinance number 18?
Got to be a motion in a second, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number 18, 2025 as amended.
Do we need to go to public, since we have an amendment, do we need to go to public comment, correct?
Give the public an opportunity to comment again.
Before we do a vote on this, does anybody from the public have a comment on the amendments we made? Okay, seeing none. Looking for a motion?
So again, I'll make the motion to approve ordinance number 18, 2025 this evening as amended.
I'll second.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Okay.
Since we did that now, Mr. President, I'd like to go back and take a second look at ordinance 16-2025 for another vote, because, yeah, we need the township to run, we need the water department to run.
Councilman Ward? Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, moving on. Ordinances for introduction. Ordinance number 19, 2025. An ordinance amending Chapter 190 zoning of the Code of the Township of Pemberton, County of Burlington, and State of New Jersey. The next meeting would be for when? Sunshine? What's the date on that?
Well, this will have to go to the planning board. It probably won't be till September.
September.
Okay.
3rd.
Still got to be approved first, though.
Well, first reading, let's have a motion to approve it, and then we send it to the planning board.
Do we have a motion?
Gentlemen, this is an ordinance which is mandated by the Pinelands Commission to comport with the Pinelands Management Plan, and this is effectively their ordinance.
Yeah. Council President, I'll make a motion to, Sunshine, how would I word that? I'm sorry, I haven't done this in a while, for this one to go to the planning board and then
Approve it
come
on
back.
first reading.
Approve, yeah, I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number 19, 2025 for a second reading and public introduction on September 3rd, 2025.
No, hold on a second. Wait, no. It's first reading tonight, and the second reading will be September 3rd.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Misunderstood. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
Second the motion.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Ordinance number 20, 2025, an ordinance amending Chapter 190 entitled Zoning to modify the bulk requirements for properties within the Bobolink development.
This is another ordinance mandated by the Pinelands Commission to have the bulk restrictions in that development comply with the Pinelands Management Plan, the comprehensive management plan.
And I guess this one has to go before the planning board also?
Yes, it will, yes.
Make a motion that we approve ordinance 20-2025 with a second reading for September 3rd, I believe was the date.
I'll second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Ordinance 21-2025, an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 3 of the Township Code entitled Administration of Government to modify Chapter 3, Article 8, Section 3-30 entitled Zoning Board of Adjustment.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 21-2025 with a second reading to be August 20th.
Yep.
I'll second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Ordinance 22-2025, an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 3 of the Township Code entitled Administration of Government to include new Part 5, Article 28, entitled Redevelopment Agency.
Council President, if I may, just make a couple comments on
Yeah,
this one real
please.
quick.
Go ahead.
I'd like to ask the administration, at this point, I mean, I tried to pass something like this about 8 months ago, 8, 9 months ago. What changed since then?
I'm sorry, I glanced at it before. I don't even know what it is, Josh, to be honest.
Well, you should, all right.
It's being introduced, okay?
It's being introduced, but it's a commission, which I totally support.
I think this might have come from, it didn't come from me.
What?
Yeah, yeah, if you could.
I'm sorry, thank you. I've asked to prepare this ordinance which establishes a redevelopment agency, which would be comprised of citizens from the town, some of which are appointed by the council, some of which are appointed by the mayor. I think there's one person theoretically appointed by Department of Community Affairs. And this agency, and specifically allowed by the redevelopment statutes, the agency assists the township and the council when it comes to redevelopment areas. In other words, they would make recommendations as to whether we're going to adopt a redevelopment plan. They would adopt a recommendation to the council as to whether we should approve a redevelopment agreement. It's just the means of having more people in town involved in the redevelopment process is really what it boils down to.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you, Jerry. I mean, because we talked about this yesterday,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
But my question still stands, because it's almost the exact same thing, and I don't care. It's not a personal vendetta, I don't know what changed between the ordinance that I tried to get through, which encompassed the Business and Economic Development Committee, to allot those powers to them, and then this agency that we're creating now. That's the only, I guess I can get my answers when we go to second reading, and that's fine. I support it, but I just want to find out exactly what happened and where we got it from. So that's cool, that's perfect.
Well, that's my question, Josh. I mean, you weren't aware of it. This caught me by surprise at Dave.
No, I'm aware of it. I was aware of it.
Who asked you to put this ordinance together? You said you were asked to put it together.
Yeah.
But I don't remember,
Yeah,
I don't remember with specificity.
I was one of the members of council that asked for something like this, and I agree with it. I mean, I think it needs a little tweaking, you know. Jerry, does it have to be, you know, you're the legal guy, does it have to be exactly the way you laid it out here as far as
No,
the
it doesn't.
people? Could we maybe table this and make some adjustments?
I wouldn't table it, Harry.
Go first reading and then make some adjustments for the second reading, Josh?
I believe that's legitimate in order to do.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
The only question I'm trying to find out, Harry, is get an answer to is,
Yeah.
this is the exact same thing.
Well,
Exact same thing.
8 months ago, I wasn't on.
I know.
Josh.
I understand, but I was told by several different people.
Yeah.
It was like, no, you can't do this.
Wait, hold it. Just make sure it wasn't me who said you couldn't do this.
No, I didn't say you, Jerry. I didn't say,
No.
it just seems really odd
Right, well,
that it's okay now. I'm not finger pointing at all. I'm not finger pointing at all. Okay, don't go reporting that. Doug, please don't report. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I support this.
Yeah.
I support it.
right.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'd like to find out exactly what
Yeah, the only
statute I was
thing
missing.
I'd like to do is just make a couple little tweaks to it.
Sure.
And if we can, you know, pass it for a first reading tonight and
yeah.
make some adjustments, that'd be great. And Josh, if you want to make the motion, go right ahead.
No, it's up to you.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve ordinance 23-2025. or
22.
22-2025 for first reading, with a second reading to be August 20th.
I'll second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Ordinance number 23, 2025, capital ordinance providing for various general capital improvements by and in the county of Burlington, state of New Jersey, and appropriating $440,000 therefore from grant funding and capital improvement fund of the township.
Yeah.
This is in conjunction with an ordinance that you adopted earlier, excuse me, a resolution you adopted earlier.
Yeah, yeah.
This goes towards improvements, which, in the part would be for part of, for the Browns Mills shopping center.
Downtown,
Yeah, downtown.
yeah.
And it's a grant, we have a grant.
Yeah. Make a motion to approve.
Can I ask a question before you do that?
Sure.
Section 4. I think it was, no, it's section 3, excuse me.
Go ahead.
Very last sentence, the mayor, the clerk, the chief financial officer, and any other official officer of the township are each hereby authorized and directed to execute, deliver, and perform any agreement to undertake the improvements or purposes set forth herein, and to officiate the transaction completed hereby. So does that mean anyone in the township that works for the township is eligible to sign contracts on this?
I didn't prepare this, but let's look at it again. Section 3, is that okay?
Section 3, the very last sentence.
Mayor, the clerk, and the CFO, and any other official of the township are hereby authorized, right? Well, it's got to be an official who has the power to sign it.
Okay.
Is that what we're? And it says. I didn't prepare the ordinance, Mr. Mayor, but I think it's clear. I mean, it seems to me common sense would be that the mayor, the clerk, and the CFO, when it talks about any other official of the township, is authorized and directed to execute, deliver, and perform any agreement to undertake the improvements. If you want to modify that sentence to delete, you want to put in there, or people who are authorized to do it, or, you know, empowered to do it. I think we're starting to split hairs, but if you want to do that, we can do that. I mean, why don't we change that? Let's take the time to do that. The mayor, the clerk, may I recommend, the mayor, the clerk, the chief financial officer, and any other duly authorized, how's that? Duly authorized official of the township are hereby authorized and directed to execute, deliver, and perform any agreement. So if the custodian tries to do it, he's not an authorized person.
But I think most of the time with contracts, the mayor signs them with the authorization from council. The mayor signs the contracts.
So what do you say?
You're listed.
You're here.
But you're also giving the clerk the approval to sign contracts, and the CFO and any authorized official.
Well, does the contract require your signature and a backup, as many other do?
Usually it's the mayor and the clerk sign contracts.
But if the clerk is out, this is allowing the CFO to step in.
I would assume we have an assistant or a deputy clerk.
Mr. Mayor, I don't know why we're splitting these hairs. But it's up to you, sir. I mean, I didn't prepare this agreement, or this ordinance.
This is an ordinance drafted by the council. I'm just the mayor.
Anybody else on council have an issue with the way this is worded?
No.
I would suggest to make sure that we put in there that the person who is signing these things is duly authorized, and that's the language I put in there.
We're talking about one sentence, and doesn't need to be read.
I concur. I'm just putting it across the board.
This is an ordinance to,
We have a change made here where we took out any other official and we put in any other duly authorized official.
Okay.
Okay?
My motion still stands.
We have a second?
I'll second it.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Ordinance number 24. An ordinance establishing 2025 salary for Candace Pennewell, Chief Financial Officer, effective July 1, 2025.
this is part of the settlement agreement that's been reached as a result of the litigation initiated by the CFO against the township, the mayor, and the former business administrator. We did not include her in the salary ordinance, the township-wide salary ordinance, because that one is retro to January 1st. This one is retro only to July 1st. So it's a separate ordinance.
Questions or comments? If none, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number 24, 2025 for second reading at our, and public introduction at our second, or stated
August
meeting,
20th.
August 20th. Thank you.
Second.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Okay, moving on, new business, purchases over $3,000. Fire Department, purchase of firefighting hose to use on apparatus as a tack line from Continental in the amount of $4,215. Any questions? If not, can I get a motion?
Barry, why don't you bundle them both, the two of them in together? It might be easier.
I can absolutely do that. We'll also include new business purchases A2 for the fire department as well. It's the purchase of fire hose and ground ladder required annual testing from Fireflow in the amount of $5,708.40.
So I'll make a motion at this time to approve new business A1 and 2.
Second.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Oh, yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Absolutely, yes. Okay, new business B, annual renewals, the mobile home park, Bel Air Estates.
As I understand, all their violations have been taken care of. I see no reason not to approve their renewal. Make a motion to approve.
A second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. New business 12, excuse me, approval by council required for payment of vouchers on bill list dated July 30th, 2025.
Council President, I made some notes on it.
I'm sure you did, sir. Go right ahead.
Well, I just wanted to make the public aware that on this bill cycle, we paid about $3,000 to vendors for No Water Carnival. Plus all the deposits that well, that was the last meeting, but it was $3,000 that we had to pay for not having a water carnival, which I think is a disgrace. That's all I got.
Anybody else, questions? If not, can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the bill list dated 7/30/2025.
Second.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Which brings us to our solicitor's report.
I think I've spoken enough. I have nothing else to report.
Okay, Mr. Mayor?
I just want to echo what everyone else said during public comments. I was here with my family last night. National Night Out just keeps getting bigger and better. The police department, all the folks that are involved, Public Works, fire, everyone, just really give it 110% and really do a great job. They tried some new things this year. The police department got approval to close PBM Road for a short amount of time. That seemed to work really well. They had the car show actually on Pemberton Browns Mills Road. The parking, we had so many people show up, the parking is going to be reevaluated by our police department. Hopefully we can figure out something or some way to get more parking because it's clear we have more people participating in this event every year. And that's all I have. Thank you very much for coming out.
Hey, Jack, any updates? I know you sent us the the applicants for the director's job for rec. And I didn't see a recommendation on there from you. I saw the 4 applicants, that's all I saw, so, yeah.
I thought Michelle had sent out something that we were recommending something, but I'll ask her again tomorrow. Is that
Okay,
fair?
so,
Oop, I shouldn't have said her name, but
okay.
what was the other question, Harry?
And any other updates on any other, I know we advertised for other employees, how's that coming along?
We had, I think it was 2 applicants for the coordinator. We have somebody that we would really like to extend an offer to, but we'd prefer, if we're going to have an employee, we'd prefer to have a supervisor in place first.
Yeah, I understand that. How about the, I know administrative had a job opening, I think the clerk's office had a job opening.
I believe I think we're about ready, I believe HR said that we're about ready to start making phone calls and asking people to come in and interview with us and make a decision shortly after that. And that'll be something that is external to me. I don't get involved with that one.
Right. Okay, yep, and same with community development also, those people, they'll start interviewing them soon, yeah.
I believe so.
Okay, just checking.
Any word on an administrator?
Just talking to Councilman Doyle about this a couple of minutes ago. We interviewed somebody a few weeks ago. The pay they wanted, they didn't have the experience that we were looking for. They were qualified. We were looking for somebody a little bit more seasoned. But I would have taken the guy. But he was making substantial money and he wanted even more. We couldn't afford it. We were talking about it, and the very next day he called and said he was no longer interested in the position.
Okay, thank you. With that, we'll go down to council's comments. Start with you, Mr. Dewey.
Like, last night was probably the greatest night out I've ever attended. The attendance was great. The employees did a great job. The police department did a great job. And when I left there last night, I was very proud of being a resident of Pemberton Township. It really was really a great job. I'd like to make a little comment about the keyboard warriors that we have in town that trash talk just about every night. And the sad part is they don't have the facts. And I don't know who's filling their head with the bad info. But this council especially has done unbelievable things for this town. And somehow it gets all twisted when it comes to the Facebook. And it's pretty aggravating because we can't respond to it, but 90% of it is all lies. To give you an example, there was a picture of me and Patty at a BMIA function with a nasty comment that, you know, why would Councilman Dewey be hanging out with a lady that's suing the township? You know, my wife and I were there. A lot of people came up to say hi to me. I know Patty. And anybody in this room was in her position, what that warehouse has done to her life, they would be suing too. But they don't have the facts. They just have to keep stirring the pot. And again, what aggravated me is I'm supporting my community, and then I got to be the butt of the joke about having a lovely lady sit next to me with the comments. We have a pretty good idea who's doing it, and you just got to consider the source. You know, I'm the type of person, if I have something to say, I'm going to say it to your face. And I'm not going to talk behind your back, and that's just the way I am. And, you know, people don't like some of the things I say, but like I said years ago, anything that comes out of my mouth goes through my heart first. I was born and raised here. I love this town. I love the residents. And I'm doing the best that I can for you guys. Because, believe me, after my career, I could have been anywhere as I wanted right now. But I kept reading the newspaper and on Facebook and seeing how they're destroying this town. I should have had my head checked, but I jumped in with both feet, and I'm doing the best of my ability for the taxpayers of Pemberton Township. And Jerry can tell you some of the compliments that we handled. And the only thing I'm going to tell you is, with all the bad deals that were done prior to me being elected, we had a meeting today, and I made it perfectly clear that Pemberton Township administration should get out of the real estate business because they have no idea what they're doing. And if Harry and I didn't jump in, this last episode with the Greenberg Farm would have cost everybody in town $10 million. And we resolved it for the town.
I agree with that. It would have been catastrophic for the town if that had gone through. That's what I want to say.
And, I
Thank
mean,
you.
we handled it professionally. Jerry was right by our side, advising us, and we got the job done. But if you didn't have 3 people that didn't care about the town would have been $10 million more in debt, and it would have been on the backs of the taxpayers. So that's all I got. And I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Mr. Harper.
Yeah, I just want to, follow up Mr. Dewey's, we did have a great national night out. Again, I want to thank all the township employees, the police, fire department, all the recreation, DPW, everybody that came out. There's a lot of people involved in getting this ready and doing the work. And I was really impressed. It was a great turnout out there. All the employees deserve a big round of applause for what they did.
Should make them all
And, hopefully we can continue to have more events like this through the year, and again, a little bit off of what Mr. Dewey said, you people out there on the different websites, Facebook and stuff, don't, talk on the websites. Come into the council meeting. Come talk to us in person. Ask your questions in person, and we'll give you, as much information as we are legally allowed to give you. But to, they just keep trying to stir stuff up. There's no need in it. We got to keep doing the best we can. That's what you elected us for. That's what we're trying for. We're not always going to agree, as you see up here, but, we still keep trying to do what's best for the town. Thanks, everybody that came out tonight. Have a good night. Drive home safely. See you at the next meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Harper. Mr. Ward?
Thank you, Councilman Doyle. I have a couple questions for administration. I'm hoping to get cleared up tonight. Nothing major, but the sidewalk project for Lake Valley, where are we at with that?
I'm with you on board. Jerry, we're doing phase 2 first, right? It's Safe Routes to School?
I'm not certain. I
We've-
don't know what you're.
That's what I'm commenting on, like the phase, yeah.
You're
like-
right. I mean, we have phase 1 that kind of got backlogged because of, we put out bids, and then I forget whether it was Delaware River Authority or DEP or whoever. The way we put the bid out wasn't correct.
Right.
And we
We got
had to
that all.
redo it, and we've had to redo, I mean, some of these projects, they were in the ground, just starting 7 years ago.
Yeah,
And we still haven't, I think we just awarded, I want to say Black Diamond, was that the name of the company?
yeah, for the RFP yeah,
Yeah, I think we just awarded that contract.
okay.
So we are, it's progressing. We were really hoping to start pulling up sidewalks and fixing them, putting curbs in this spring. Unfortunately, because of the delays, it's still getting delayed. I know our staff is working on it diligently to get it going. To be honest though, Josh, it's really slow. I mean, I live in that part of town and
Yeah, no, I know.
I see it too.
It was just like, it's really odd. There was one house specifically in Lake Valley, they got the sidewalks fixed, and then it seemed like the entire project stopped after that. So that's why I was just kind of checking on that and see where we were at. Paving schedule for the pipeline that in Rateau. Do we have anything on that?
I honestly don't know.
Okay. Because I'm going to go with what Danny says, with wagon train roads. I mean, here's where my frustration is, and it's not because I live over there, right? Nobody over there asked for water pipes to be laid into the streets because we all have wells. And now we're dealing with sediment runoff because, again, I'm going to bring up the same thing I brought up on my side of the street last year, which was it should have been capped. And I'm almost positive the Pemberton County Soil Conservancy would require, or DEP would require them to come and put a cap out, at least if it's been exposed for that long. So we have sediment running down to Magnolia Road, which runs into the tributaries, which goes into West End Park, which we have the soil erosion problem there, and then we got Lake Pemberton over on the other side. So there's some issues there, and I hope that the Department of Public Works can take a look at that, or maybe even just to put a temporary cap over that, as opposed to having dirt all up and down the street. Because
I'll check into it later on. I think
Mr.
Tom is
Ward,
due back tomorrow.
It was told to me that your road is going to be started on Monday.
Oh, Monday, huh? Oh. News to all of us. We would like to know that.
Well, I actually was told, I asked for an update earlier in the week, and I was told they were going to come out there this week, but with National Night Out and all, they couldn't get out there, so they're coming out there starting
All right.
Monday.
Maybe they're going to put some, maybe it'll look like Scrapetown Road. That'll be great. We'll have some.
And since you mentioned it over there, Josh, if I could add, Yale, they did 616,
Yeah,
but they didn't do the entranceway coming in on Yale. And it was all potholes and it was all messed up. We thought the county was gonna do that, the skirting, I guess it is, or whatever.
yeah, they're not going to skirt. Yeah, I know what you're saying, yeah.
So
yeah.
I requested Public Works to go over and do that. So they did Yale,
Right.
but they didn't do University, and they're supposed to have that on the schedule. Maybe they're gonna do it at the same time they do your stuff.
Okay. And then the tractor and trailer incident out in Birmingham this week, that was confirmed. I guess the tractor and trailer was coming from. So is there anything that we can do? We already put up the signs, like, no trucks.
What end of?
Well, this time it was on the Southampton side.
Yeah.
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 He successfully navigated across our border into Southampton, decided to try and pull a U-turn on a 15-foot wide driveway, and I guess he decided that gravity wasn't going to work on his axles until he pulled into the ditch and flipped it over. Yeah.
Right, okay. All right.
Needless to say, he went back out of South Pemberton, came into Pemberton, went up to the traffic light, made a left towards the warehouse, but I can't confirm that was his destination. All I can say is that he told the state police that that's where his GPS took him. The last time I was in a commercial vehicle, roads like that are eradicated from GPS. They don't exist.
Yeah, all right. So those are the three questions I have this evening. I'm sorry I missed National Night Out, but I did see the video that Mr. Costa sent to me. I'm sorry, I work 12-hour shifts in a restaurant. It's the same old story, same old story. I got to make tacos for everybody, so I'm sorry. You know, everybody, it was explained to me back in the day when I started in restaurants that I work when everybody else parties. So I do apologize, but I'm glad everybody had a great time. I'm glad it was a fantastic turnout. And thank you, everybody that stuck in for hanging out this evening. And look forward to seeing you at the next meeting. Thank you.
Okay, I too was here last night. And last night was probably the single proudest moment I've ever had to be here in Pemberton. I mean, after spending 25 years here with the guys and girls, Public Works, the volunteers that were here, I mean, it was walking around and just, I was concentrating on more watching what the employees were doing, and every one of our employees were interacting with the residents, and the residents were interacting back with them. It was just so impressive to see everybody was happy. None of the guys looked like they were actually on the clock. I mean, they actually enjoyed their time here, and I cannot thank them enough for the stellar job they did. There were so many moving parts last night, and it was so impressive to see it work so smoothly. The only thing I did think last night was I can't imagine if we had this much showing last night for our police department to support them, what our water carnival would have been like. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And I did take the time to walk up to maybe half dozen people I didn't recognize. In 55 years here, I kind of think I like to know everybody at least by face. And I made it a point to walk up to about a half dozen people I didn't recognize, and they were from out of town. And I asked them, you know, what made you come here? If I could ask for one, what's your biggest reason? And one way or another, whether it was them, their children, or whatever, their response was that they wanted to support a police department. And I was absolutely blown away by that. And watching the interaction last night and how everything moved so well, the closing of the road, I mean, I'm trying to imagine those 60 cars that were out there in the show being put up on that grass with the road still open. The police department and Public Works did an amazing job at making this event a whole lot safer for everybody. And it was just trouble-free enjoyment from the start to the finish, no problems. Everybody had a good time. The fireworks were stellar. It was a great wrap-up, and even the packing up and going home. And I understand now that we're going to lose Miss Eden next year. I believe she's retiring. Was it June? Was it, Jack? She's leaving? I just hope there's a way our police department can kind of convince her to stick around, even if it's in a volunteer state, because she made everything work perfectly. I've never seen a woman run around so frustrated last night, but everything was so smooth.
I'll second that.
And again, all the volunteers and everything, I mean, it was epic. The trash cans didn't get overfilled. I mean, everything from something little like that to moving the vehicles through crowds. It was a great thing to see, and I was just so proud. And I thank anybody who was a part of it. I'm very, very pleased at what we had. And talking to some of the officers, from the chief to the Luis on down through the lieutenants, and even some of the patrolmen, I mean, they were so thrilled at the turnout that they're already talking about different ways and ideas and things that they wanted to bring to administration to do next year to make it even better. And I don't know how we can make it better, but if we got a group of employees here, the police department, Public Works, they will find a way to make it better. And I thank every one of them. And I appreciate anybody who participated and hope to see you again soon. Good night. Motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.